Hi, I'm Irving. You have just entered Cartertopia. Diana is attending an art showing by the famous sculptor Henry Roberts.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I do want to thank all of you for attending this preview of my upcoming show. Actually, I do prefer to call it a reception, because, as you can see, there are some people who have just arrived, and I do want you to meet them.
Diana better be on guard. That's no sculptor, that's the bookworm. And Harold Farnham was with her? How did that happen? I thought Diana was getting vaccinations against him. While Mr. Roberts is explaining what his project is, Harold is explaining that he's doing a term paper on Henry Roberts. I don't know why he says it like that, but he does it consistently, and this is his first chance to see the master's work up close. Meanwhile, we see one of Robert's helpers studying a picture of Diana. I told you he's the bookworm.
Oh, look at the detail. The hair, the fingernails, the wrinkles.
His work is so realistic you could swear they were real people frozen in place. Spoiler, not a spoiler, because all the teasers and descriptions and everything else gives it away. That's exactly what they are.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Well, it's quite all right. No harm done. No harm done.
Not even a dent.
But you might check him for bruises in the morning. While Harold is trying to badger the artist about how he does this, his man is doing something to Diana's car. That's not going to make a very good skeleton key, dude. Or is he planning to spike her tires? Somebody did that to me once. It's not a pleasant experience. No, he's trying to break into it. Dude, you're about to enter the annals of stupid criminals because right in front of your face you haven't noticed that the window is halfway down. You can reach in and open the door. It's time for Diana to go. Mr. Roberts begs her to stay longer, but she's already running late.
No, you stay and talk. I'll get the car and bring it around. Butter him up. Try to make him tell you his technique.
Louder, Harold. He didn't hear all of the desperate inflection in your voice or see your tear-stained countenance.
Harold? I drove.
Car's in the shop.
Tell me, is Senator Farnham's son your usual escort?
I didn't remember that his dad's a senator. No wonder he can get away with pestering Diana so much.
There are many words I could use to describe Harold. Usual is by no means one of them.
And most are not suitable for the airwaves.
Excuse me, but I know for a fact that this isn't your car.
Well, one of us made a mistake.
You. Hey, look.
At least he was nice enough to roll up the window for her.
It's that much. Come on. Go to the left. Go.
Whatever you plan to do with me, you're not gonna get away with it.
How long is it going to take?
I know Diana Prince. She isn't gonna like what you did to her car. Whatever you plan to do to me. You hear me? You hear me? Oh, Harold, you chump.
I have to admit, the idea of doing that never occurred to me before, and I've led so many people away at gunpoint. That paper he tossed in his car is a poem.
One of several missing treasures, number 9 as of today, find the method to this madness, for I'm soon to steal away.
Seems pretty straightforward. Someone is telling you that they've been stealing high-value treasures, they intend to continue, and they're daring you to find out what they'll steal next.
Has Ira taken a look at this?
Yeah, he scanned it for fingerprints and tried to trace those letters.
Wouldn't it make more sense to put Ira to work on the content of the poem, tracking down missing art treasures and looking for others that might be potential targets? 9 is a pretty specific number, so Ira should be able to sort it out fairly easily. What he does come up with is a list of the most likely fences who would be able to move merchandise like this. Diana is off to see the guy at the top of the list right now.
Now, wait a minute, Diana. We could let the police handle this, you know.
Yes, but we were the ones that were tipped off to these robberies. Not the police, not the FBI, but us.
That's exactly what worries me.
Well, don't let it worry you. I can take care of myself.
Our mystery man who broke into a car with an open window enters a nondescript place, goes past several statues of people, and into the boss's office.
Well, Diana Prince got her message. No thanks to that Farnham kid.
I'm guessing a statue of a secretary doesn't get much work done, so why?
He ID'd you.
No big deal.
Hmm. Maybe it's a good thing that you are going to be on field assignment as of this afternoon.
He gives him clothes and props to make him look like a house painter.
What about the NIM unit?
The what?
It is built into these glasses. Here, see?
Ah, that should work.
Very nice.
I assume somewhere along the way this will make sense, if you haven't figured it out already, which I suspect you have. It's one of those things that you know from the first frame, but we pretend it's the big mystery so we can enjoy the big reveal later on. Roberts shows him a picture of the object he's after, and away they go. Speaking of away they go, Diana is at the fences shop.
I'm into crystal, as in Hollenbeck. My employer is ready to pay you $85,000 to take it off your hands. His name is Bob.
Good choice. Everybody knows at least one Bob, and you can leave it to them to figure out which one it is.
Bertolucci.
Or
Mr. Bertolucci's fondness for fine art is well known. What is not well known is that he went into hiding in Brazil 5 months ago.
Well, you should see his phone bills.
indeed he will.
There's something funny about that girl.
I agree.
Well, then why are you getting the bowl out?
Why not? After all, the poor girl is going to have such a terrible accident on her way home.
Is somebody going to mess with her car again? He goes out and tells her the crystal has been stolen. So much for that lead. He said accident, not kill her right here in the middle of the street. And they just lost their chance to do anything to her. We all know why.
Wait, she's coming down.
Diana Prince is making a phone call to the police, I think.
The last time I saw an elevator that could change direction on a dime was just then. She gives him a chance to run, sort of like a cat lets a mouse loose so it thinks it's going to live another day. Then the cat pounces again. She's really screwing with him. She lets him get the engine good and revved up.
If you insist.
This is new for the third season. Wonder Woman toying with her prey like she did with Angelo last episode. I think she's been watching ISIS.
You, know what this means, don't you? You're gonna have to walk to the police station.
The final insult. And I assume they'll be under the lasso, so by the time they get to the police station, she'll know everything about them and have them donate their secret bank accounts to the Children's Fund.
Surprise! Happy birthday, my sweet.
Ted, oh, Teddy, an original Henry Roberts statue.
Captain Steubing has a nice present for his real-life wife. It's amazing how much it looks like Robert's man who's going on field assignment.
Doesn't it look a bit, familiar?
Why, it's Mr. Bancroft.
Right.
That's just how he looked when I made him do the living room over for the 4th time.
I wonder why he looked like that. Just behind the statue. It's amazing how much it looks like the thing Roberts showed to his man who was going on field assignment. Ira has produced a list of art pieces stolen recently, all with the same MO. No forced entry, no indication how it was done. There have been 10 so far.
Uh-oh, here's another one.
Affirmative. It is advisable that you investigate the 10th theft that of the ram medallion which occurred last night?
Ira, you took the words right out of my mouth. Now, here's another word for you. Bye.
Ira has a word for you, too. Howard is still trying to get Robert's technique for his term paper. He's tracked down where he lives.
What is wrong with you? You seem to speak English, but you do not seem to understand it. I will not tell you.
Hey, no! Hold on a second.
Harold's dad may be a senator, but he doesn't seem to have taught his kid any kind of tact.
What a pain in the...
No, Henry. Mr. Farnham's persistence is not to be discouraged. Had he not insisted that Diana Prince accompany him to your opening, you wouldn't be running ahead of schedule.
Do you know how many telephone calls I ignored from him yesterday? 10. 10!
I believe his record is 14.
As I said, and Diana will repeat that statistic later on, and it appears that Roberts also has a boss.
My birthday. Of all the days some dreadful person could have picked to ruin my life.
Ruin your life? Because you don't have a little gold trinket on the wall anymore? How pathetic is your life? And besides, you did say this.
This will be a birthday I shall never forget.
Obviously, you were right. Diana calls Steve and says one of the guys Wonder Woman brought in rolled over and fingered the guy most likely to fence the stolen objects. His name is Goodman, and Diana is off to follow him. Like any good crook, he likes to stay inconspicuous. He has a hat like Pharrell Williams and walks like Charlie Chaplin, and you're not supposed to notice him. Diana watches the exchange happen. By now, you may have noticed something strange about this episode. In every review, I make it a point to include a clip of Diana transforming into Wonder Woman. I can't do that this time because there aren't any. She doesn't change on screen the whole episode. I don't know why, but after 2 seasons of expecting it, I'm feeling a little empty right now.
Looking for Mr. Goodman?
Hold it!
Stay put, Mr. Goodman.
He won't give you any trouble. He'll be too busy cleaning Big Mac sauce off his hat. Let's go after the other guy.
I'm in trouble. Give me 5 seconds and freeze me.
Look in the water. Look in the fountain. Look in the water. Look down. Told you. Back at headquarters, Harold has used his dad's name to get clearance and come in. He has pictures and information about all of Henry Roberts' pieces. Steve says, so what?
Okay, I want to take all the information I've gathered, feed it into your computer, and see if he can come up with what they're made of.
You want to use the computer?
Yeah.
That's impossible.
That was definitive.
But Diana said that Ira could figure it out in no time.
Harold, get off my back.
You may be a senator's son, but that doesn't mean I won't feed you to that thing.
Thanks, Rover.
Something else that's new this season, Rover talks.
Hold on a second.
Rover. Rover, this is Harold Farnham, Senator Farnham's son. I have a feeling we'll be seeing a lot of him around here. I'd like to have you commit his voice pattern to your memory circuit.
File it under annoyances. Steve says not only is it against the rules, it costs $100 a minute to use IRAC, and I can't justify that kind of expense for somebody's school paper. Good day.
Meep, meep. Rover!
This is Harold Farnham.
I know.
Take me to the Iraq computer. Got it?
The Iraq computer?
Yes, take me to the Iraq computer.
Okay, follow me.
If Rover takes him to the computer, somebody needs some serious reprogramming. Never mind. Harold decides to get his term paper information the old-fashioned way. Break into the guy's place and steal it. He still hasn't grasped the obvious.
I'll have to do my own little analysis. Wonder what kind of surgery Marcus Welby'd call this. I was just, how did you do that?
Are you asking the guy how he stood so still, or are you asking the statue how it came to life?
I'll just be leaving if it's all right.
And if one of those statues can come to life, two of them can. Or even three. In a room somewhere, we see Roberts with his control machine. If he listens to that noise all day, no wonder he went criminally insane. If you were watching closely, you also saw the name Farnham there. Question: did these people sign up for this, or did he just grab people the way he did Harold? Wait, there's another person up in the ceiling? How did they get in, and why can't they just steal it? Why do we need the statue bit? I think my suspension of disbelief just took a big hit. He goes back to being a statue right before the security guard comes by to check on things. Next morning, Rover demands that Steve come talk to Iraq.
A matter of great importance has been called to the attention of the Iraq computer by Poli-Sci.
By who?
The police intelligence system. Its computer has recorded another art theft.
Where?
A solid gold statue worth $125,000 was stolen last night from the Putney Museum.
They agree he needs to get Diana over there right away.
And as for you, coffee, cream, no sugar, 5 minutes. And a half a grapefruit.
Like father, like little robot. Roberts has dressed Harold as a baseball player and has just reanimated him.
What did you do to me?
Suspended your animation, Mr. Farnham, electronically and most effectively. See, all of Henry's so-called statues are, as you were about to discover, flesh and blood individuals, delicately frozen by a minute stream of electrons, controlled by a neural-impulse modulator.
Neural impulse modulator. So that's what NIM stands for. I assumed it meant not in motion.
Who are you?
Lloyd Moreau, patron of the arts, and soon to be much more.
Much more what? A patron of the arts is someone who gives money. You're stealing all these artifacts so you can give more money to the arts?
Yeah, well, look, my father's a senator.
Yes, I've met him. Fine fella.
Well, I've got other connections, too. Mess with me, you mess with the IADC.
That is precisely what I was counting on.
And Diana Prince has even bigger connections. When she figures out what you...
Huh?
Okay, who had 6 seconds before that hit him? Hey, we have a winner. With that, Roberts turns him off. He tells his goon there, go to the IADC and let's make sure Diana Prince figures this out.
Your time runs out at midnight. I'm surprised at you, Miss Prince. If you don't break the cycle soon, you'll never have the chance.
Gotta love security at the IADC. Both poems suggest a pattern to these thefts. A bull, a ram, a water jar, a new exhibit called the Twins. Lots of focus on the number 12. Not much to go on there. Diana has to consult Ira. After 2 hours, they come up with signs of the zodiac. Diana says the only sign left is Gemini, the twins. So Henry Roberts' new sculptor Romulus and Remus must be the next target.
A word of caution, Diana Prince. The thief obviously wanted the IADC to reach this conclusion. His or her reasons are still unknown.
Well, I'm aware of that, Ira. That's why I intend to go as,
An encyclopedia salesperson?
and be very careful. Bye.
Even Wonder Woman cannot be too careful, Diana Prince.
Those two really need to talk this whole thing out. Maybe Rover could mediate. Most effective encyclopedia salesperson ever. Buy a set, or else. That's Romulus and Remus, the sculpture she thinks will be the thief's target. These guys think they're a match for her. It's fight time.
Welcome to my museum.
Or not.
Why am I here?
You are about to become my latest work of art.
He intends to put one of those NIM units on her and make a Wonder Woman statue.
Will produce an electrical signal which will place you in a state of suspended animation forever.
Oh, no, thank you. I have 2 of my own, just like it.
Okay, maybe it is fight time. And these clowns do think they're a match for her. She's gotten a lot better about hitting bad guys this season, too. I'm impressed.
After I destroy this, you're going to tell me who you are and where you are.
Wait, Wonder Woman.
Harold?
Mr. Farnham is unable to answer. In fact, right now, Mr. Farnham is unable to do much of anything.
Let him go.
After the NIM unit is placed on your wrists.
He says I can stop his heart permanently with the push of a button.
You win.
I wonder what she was doing when she was turned away like that.
I won the day I planned this. The rest was simply a matter of time. Now, let's see. Hands on your hips, I think. Yes, that's it. Well, now, smile. Smile the smile you would like to wear through eternity, because wear it through eternity you shall. Henry, say goodbye to the one person in the world who could have stood between us and everything in the world worth stealing.
I admit, I didn't think it would work on her. Roberts immediately takes her to the gallery and adds her to the display. Moreau calls everyone over so he can make a speech about how much money he's invested in Henry and how great this new piece is.
His statue captures the very heart and soul of the great lady it depicts, as Wonder Woman herself would have to admit.
That's one.
Reel him in.
That's the other one.
A familiar voice you have, Mr. Moreau.
You tricked me.
Well, I had to find out who you were somehow.
Well, I was sure the modulator would work even on you.
May very well have worked if I hadn't switched it for one of my own bracelets.
So that's what she was doing when she turned away. What a shock.
Uh-oh. That wasn't part of the choreography.
You didn't do it right. Go back and do it again. He had this whole dance mapped out and you stepped on his foot.
Hey, you know, one good thing about what those guys did to me is gave me a lot of time to think, which I did. Mostly about us.
Us?
What are you doing tomorrow?
As a knight?
There's a party at this fraternity I'm going to pledge near the college.
Did Diana keep the control box and turn him off? Sometimes you'll do anything for a moment's peace.
What?
My term paper. I don't have a topic anymore. It's due in 3 days.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, Diana, I'm going to have to go work on that paper tomorrow night.
Hey, listen, I understand.
But I'll make it up to you. I will. I promise.
No hurry, Harold.
It was fun seeing Harold again, but the premise... Let's take the henchman in the painter outfit. Roberts promised him a $15,000 bonus for the job. But how long does he have to stand there as a piece of art? What good does 15 grand do him if he has to stay like that forever and ever, amen? What about his secretary? Did she ask to be frozen like that? And if so, why? We know he isn't above doing it to people against their will. He did it to Harold. So how many of those pieces were there by choice? And how long can he keep them that way? Or will there just come a day, after he and Moreau have split the proceeds from their thefts, when all the Henry Roberts pieces suddenly wake up and walk away going, that was weird. But however unbelievable the premise is, Roddy McDowall pulls it off. Gavin MacLeod gets to do a bit part with his wife, playing rich snobs you love to dislike. Through the whole thing, it felt like everybody was having fun. It's a rare thing when that comes through the screen. So screw the premise. Watch the episode and have fun with them. I'm Irving, and you are now exiting Cartertopia.